Okay, here we are again at 9950 Dayton Farmersville Road in Jefferson Township, Ohio. This is the Jefferson Township School District. And I was actually able to find that these lights back here, after I turn my flashlight on, are on the pull string, so I actually could turn those on. This one appears to be on some sort of switch somewhere, but I figured, hey, let's finish this out. So as you can see, with a little bit more light, there are, and again, this is more of a stone foundation, and then on the exterior walls appears to also be stone, but it could be concrete. It's hard to say because it's actually done over, but in the middle, what you see right here is cinder block. So this wall right here is cinder block, and this wall right here is cinder block. And so you can go into this area to take a look at this cellar over here. And then it does have some moisture. So you see, it's kind of the first thing I noticed down here is it does have some moisture. There is a dehumidifier right here that's not being used. There is a clothesline, which is right here. And that's interesting. And so you can see right here though, so it is stone on the outside, which basically makes sense. We saw that when we were walking outside. This is the ventilation system. I have not actually seen the heater. So where that will be, there's an oil tank right there. You can't really see it, but there's an oil tank, maybe even a gas tank. So it looks like it has gas or oil heating capability, but I don't see an actual furnace. And that might have been in that room over here. It makes sense that would actually be in this area and where it would blow into the ductwork that you can kind of see right here. It's hard to say. Also, some of these older ones in a 1900 design, they weren't designed to have any kind of forced blowing units anywhere. So what it was kind of like a, I forgot what they call it, but basically you have a heat source in the basement and you just have some avenues for it to naturally rise upstairs, and then it would go through and flow through these pipes through openings in the floors, and it would naturally rise. And so you might just have a furnace with coal, which was fairly normal. You would have a furnace with coal and then it would just keep burning, and that's one of the biggest mouse traps I've seen in a long time. But then that furnace would just keep burning, and then it would be really hot down here and it would just emanate upstairs, so, and that would be kind of how it would work. But even, there's another mouse trap right there. So I'm not going to be crawling in these little areas right here, but as you can see, there's definitely moisture. So, there's moisture pretty much all throughout this cellar. That's very normal. The cellar is actually in better shape than I was expecting for 1900 build. So, and you don't really, you can't really do anything about the moisture in these older homes. It's just kind of how they were naturally made, and they were actually, in a lot of them, you'll see that there was elevation differences in the floor to have a higher end over here and maybe a lower end down here, and then it would naturally allow the water to just kind of trickle down into a certain area where it could be funneled out of the house. And that's probably what you're seeing down here. So I do feel a little bit that this area is higher than this area down here, and then this side is higher than this area down here. So I think what they're trying to do when they built this foundation is get all the water to just kind of funnel down into this area where you can kind of see that it's still wet, and then maybe pump it out or something, or just have it little sit down here. So that would probably be how this thing was designed. So looking at some of the wiring, it is upgraded. We saw the panel upstairs, so that's a good thing. But other than that, there's really not much else to note down here. It is basically a cellar for all intents and purposes, and nothing I would really finish or really store much down here, especially with moisture intrusion like that. So, but anyway, this is Howie with Home Experts Realty Team Next, signing off. Hope all is well, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.